altogether four aspects. Seeing with the insight knowledge. So this is first one. The second, similar the Pali says, Panchakani dukkado pasando. Just instead of anicca, here dukkado. Panchakandi dukkado pasando anulomikang kante badilabadi. Panjanang kanana nirodo sukhang nibbana di pasando sammata niyamang okavati. Dukkado pasando sukhang nibbana di pasando. Dukkha sukha. Pay words. Dukkha to sukha here. So, one who sees fabricate as a suffering. Panchakani dukkado pasando. One who sees fabricate as a suffering. Padilabati attains proper knowledge. Anulomika kante. Proper insight knowledge. One who sees fabricate as a suffering attains the proper knowledge, proper insight. That is a vipassana. Pancanang kanana nirodho sukhan nibbana passanto sammata niyama okavati. Here is translations must be different. According to my opinion, one who sees, there is a regarding to vipassana. Panchanang kanana nirodha sukha nibbana passanto. Seeing must be. Seeing. Seeing the cessations of aggregate as a Nibbana, which is blissful. One entered the law of righteousness. One entered the law of righteousness, seeing cessations of aggregate as Nibbana. Sensations of aggregate is Nibbana, not other things. That is what I mean. Cessations of aggregate, there is a final cessation because of practice. Sensations of Nibbana, sensations of aggregate as Nibbana, that is blissful sukha. Aggregates are dukkha, Nibbana is a sukha. Aggregates are sukha, dukkha. Cessations of aggregates are sukha. Cessations of aggregate is a sukha. Dukkha and sukha. You see, dukkha and sukha. That is a Nibbana. Want to say, you see, cessations of aggregate is a Nibbana. Seeing as a Nibbana. This Nibbana is blissful, not a suffering. One who attained Magga, at that time he sees Nibbana, seeing Nibbana, therefore, simultaneously, not a few pure seeing. This is like that. The sun arises, dispelling darkness. Arising, dispelling the same moment. Arising moment and dispelling moments are the same. This is called simultaneously. The same moment. Here also the same. Seeing Nibbana, attaining Magga. Not one is preceding, another followed. Must be simultaneously. Nibbana and Mekka. The same moment. The same moment. That is the meaning. Seeing. So one entered the law of righteousness. Seeing 5 cessations of 5 aggregate is Nibbana. That is blissful. So sentences are quite similar. Now we have a second, then the third. Panchakhandi roga do pasando anulomikan khande badilabadi Panchanang khananang nirodo arogyang nivanandi pasando samadha niyama ukamati. Here only 2 words changes. Roga do. Instead of anicca do, dukkha do, here roga do. Roga do means as a disease. Roga as a disease. Disease. When there is a savana, there is a not easy. To say not easy, the disease. This is negative. Without it is. Arogya, you see, opposite words, roga and arogya. Arogya means healthiness, health, free from disease. That is healthiness. No disease, one to say. Arogya means aroga. Aroga means free from disease. Aroga, free from disease. Arogya means situation where there is no disease. That is healthy. Healthiness. Accordingly, we should translate. Panchakhandi roga do pasando nulomikan khande badilabadi. One who sees 5 aggregate as a disease. The 5 aggregates are disease. Not easy with the 5 aggregates to stay happily. You see headache, badache, toothache, so many painful. Without a painful, sometimes hungry also, you see, hunger, thirst. So, therefore, it is roga. 5 aggregate is roga. What about the mind? Mind also roga. Sometimes unhappiness, sometimes grief, sometimes happiness changes. Roga. Mental disease. Have to meet psychiatrists. Panchakhandi roga do pasando anulomikan khande badilabadi. One who sees 5 aggregate as a disease attained proper knowledge. That is vipassana. Panchanang khananang nirodho nivanandi pasando sammata niyama okamati. One entered the law of righteousness, seeing the cessations of 5 aggregate as Nibbana. That is healthy. Healthy Nibbana. Free from disease. Araucha Nibbana. 5 aggregates are disease. Cessations of aggregates are healthiness. No disease. That is the meaning, you see. That is Ragato means if you conclude all together into three, anicca, dukkha, anatta. Here mentioned 40 aspects. This 40 aspects, if you reduce, it is possible to reduce into three, anicca, dukkha, anatta. This Ragato is included dukkhato. Ragato means included dukkhato. Not aniccato, not anattato. According to, in the end they will give the meanings. Okay, the fourth one. Panchakhande khandato passando nulomikan khande patilevati Panchanan khanana nirodo akhandan NibBaNanti passando sammata niyama okamati. I think in listening you can recite these two. Altogether 40. That is better recite. Vipassana. Now, thinking about the meaning. Not always think about the patana. Here, contemplation is better. In some commentaries, you see Abhidhamma is for funeral. Funeral recitations. Abhidhamma texts are used for recitations and funeral. Near dead body, they recite Kusala Dhamma, Akusala Dhamma, Abhyagata Dhamma. They recite in this. I think especially in Thailand. Dead bodies keep very long. Dead bodies are kept in monastery. Have to pay money. The rich people keep the dead bodies longer. Every day recite near the dead bodies. Some are chanting sutras, beating drum, and Abhidhamma is, you see, recited and funeral case. Later will be like that, maybe. Or just for recitations. Not contemplation. Only ceremonials, beating drums, they will recite just. But without knowing the meaning. Without knowing the meaning. Hetu pacchayoti, hetu samyutikana, dhammana, samudana, jarupana, hetu pacchayena, pacchayo. Near the body, this way. But we must contemplate the meanings. Meaning is very important. Pinariva Sariputta, you know the story of Pinariva Sariputta. When he was Upadesa, the wanderer, at that time he approached, after having seen Asaji, Panchavakiya monk, the youngest Panchavakiya monk. He approached and asked questions. He wanted to know how your teachers declared, how your teacher taught. Pinariva Asaji said, I'm a newcomer. Just now I entered the order. I could not explain you in detail. He said, Pinariva Sariputta said, many words are useless, just meaning. Give me just meaning. Kinkahasi Pyanjanam Baho. What is useful? Many words. Only meaning, talk me. Only just meaning. No need to explain using many words. If you don't know many words, okay, no problem. Just a meaning give me. He said, therefore, Yedama hetu bhavawa desan hetu tathagato aha. Desan chayo nirodo eonwadi mahasvano. Only one verse. He talked about the Four Noble Truth. Venerable Sariputta understands everything. It is open his knowledge. Knowledge is open. So, you should recite this one. 40. Every day. Panchanan khanda panchakhandi khandato pasanto anulomikan khantain patilavati. Panchanan khandanan nirodo akhandan nivananti pasanto sammata niyaman okamati. One who sees five aggregate as a boy. It's a kind of the disease, you see. Khanda means it is a beard in the bodies. Inside there is blood and pus. Boil. B-O-I-L. Boil. B-O-I-L. Boil. Khanda. If you touch this bloodshed and pass out, very dirty, bad smell.
Is it possible that you recite for us also all 40 aspects that we can then listen and hear how is it correct to pronounce and everything?
Pronounce.
And repeat after you. Like
Okay.
You recite all of this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Before the end, I explain. Okay, I will recite you. You should repeat after me. Okay, it's good. After that, you memorize. Tomorrow lecture, first you must recite without reading the books. So, okay. Khanda. Okay, the why? S-A-Y. It's looking like a why, you see? From why, there's get out, dirty things, impurities get out, blood, and bad blood, and pus. Like that, from our body in every day, from the eye, from the ear, from nose, from mouth, from anywhere, you see, very bad impurities come out. The whole body is look like wine. That is the meaning. Always getting out, flux out, you see, flux out. From mouth there is, you see, saliva. Dirty, not a sweet smell. Bad smell. So always out. Therefore, the whole body is look like wine. Khanda. We should contemplate in this way. So khanda do as a wine. One who sees five aggregate as a wine, attain the proper knowledge. Panchanan khanana nirodo aganda nivananti. Pasando sambata niyama okamati. one entered the law of righteousness, seeing the cessations of aggregate as a Nibbana without a point. Without a point, you see. Nibbana is not a point, you see. Without a Nibbana. Sorry, without point, Nibbana. Then this one, Panchakhandi Sanlato Pasanto Anulomikan Kande Patilavati Panchanan Kandanan Nirodo Visalan Nibananti Pasanto Samada Niyama Okamati. Yeah, Sanlato Visala. Only new words, 2 new words. Sanlato, Sanla means as a dart. D-A-R-T, dart. D-A-R-T, dart. As a dart. One who sees aggregate as a dart, attained proper knowledge, and one entered the law of righteousness, seeing the cessations of aggregate without a dart. Without dart. So aggregates are like a dart. Dart means penetrate inside. It's very painful. Aggregate is also very painful. Even a small thorn penetrated us very painful. But that became one. On those days, not gunshot, that shot. You see. To use arrow. The arrow also, you see, have to do with the sergeants, cut it out. Cutting open it out. Gunshot is inside there's a bullet. Like a bullet, there's an arrow inside. Worse than bullet. Bullet is so smooth. Arrow is not smooth, you see. Some people keeping, they have a gunshot and bullet remain inside, but never they get out, trying to get out, remain there. Some people stay alive with the bullet inside. No problem, it is smooth. Some people, when they broke a leg, they use steel. Foreign bodies inside. But the arrow is cannot stay like that. You see, so painful, maybe. Therefore, aggregates are as a dart or arrow. Pasando nulomikan kandem badilevadi. Panchanan kanana. Panchanan kanana. Nirodo. Visalan Nibananti Pasando Sambata Niyama Okamati. One entered the law of righteousness. One entered the law of righteousness, seeing the cessations of aggregate as Nibbana, free from arrow or without dart, without arrow. That is the meaning. Then this one, Panchakhandi Akato Pasando Anulomikan Kante Badilevadi Panchanan Kanana Nirodo Anago Nibananti Pasando Sambata Niyama Okamati. Here just Akat. Akat is translated calamity. Calamity, calamity. C-A-L-A-M-I-T-Y. Calamity. Like it, suffering. Akha means dukkha. Yeah, calamity. One who sees five aggregate as calamity attained proper knowledge. Panchanan kananan nirodo anako NibBaNaKaTha pasando samadha niyama okamati. One entered the law of righteousness, seeing the cessations of aggregate as Nibbana without a calamity. Without a calamity. Anago Nibbana. Comparing these two, aggregate and cessations of aggregate. So Nibbana is dealing with the aggregate. The explanations of Nibbana we can understand. Then this one, these are referring to dukkha, dukkha satcha, dukkha, anicca dukkha. Panchakhandi abadato pasando anulomikan khante patilevati. One who sees five aggregate, abada, afflictions, a kind of pain, AFFLICTION, affliction. One who sees the five aggregate as a affliction attained proper knowledge. Panchanan kananan nirodo anabado NibBaNaKaTha. Anabado na abada. NibBaNaKaTha pasando samadha niyama okamati. One entered the law of righteousness, seeing cessations of aggregate as Nibbana, that is free from affliction or without affliction. Free from affliction. Here abada, nabada. Compare words. Then next one, parato. Here, up to abadado, these are belong to dukkha. Dukkha. If you see, there is also, you see dukkha. Seeing dukkha. Not only sees dukkha, some yogis sees aggregate as a abada. That is also dukkha lakkhana. Characteristic of suffering. Some yogis sees as a dart or arrow. That is a dukkha, seeing of dukkha. Dukkha nupassana, we can say this. Dukkha nupassana. Not only suffering, not only suffering, you see. Sees everything. Therefore, we should learn about that. Dukkha satcha is 25 dukkha satcha. 25 dukkha lakkhanas I explain here. Altogether 25. Dukkha lakkhana is more. These are dukkha, no? Abadato. Panchakhandi parato pasando anulomikan khante patilevati. Panchanan kananan nirodo aparapachaya NibBaNaKaTha pasando samadha niyama okamati. One who sees aggregate, one who sees aggregate as a alien, stranger, the other alien. One who sees aggregate as an alien, Prato, the other, not oneself, stranger, has attained proper knowledge. Attained proper knowledge. Panchanan khandanan nirodo aprapacchayan nivananti pasando samatha niyama okamati. One entered the law of righteousness, seeing sensations of aggregate as Nibbana, without it the need as Nibbana, without it the others supporting. Here, prapacchaya means the others are believing others. That is not that meaning, should not be here, not suitable. Prapacchaya means, you see, sometimes prapacchaya means you see believing others. Aprapacchaya means not believing others. And this connect, not such a meaning, I think, but it does not explain in commentaries. According to my opinion, I translated this one. Aprapacchaya. Here, prapacchaya means supporting from others. Not pra. Nibbana is no need, not necessary supporting from other conditions. Nibbana has not any supposing conditions, producing conditions, supporting conditions. No pacchaya from other conditions. That is the meanings. So, Nibbana without the others support, without supporting from other conditions like that. Supporting of conditions, the other conditions, para-pacchaya, the other supporting. But pacchaya means supporting cause. Then this one, Panchakhandi Palokato Pasando Anulomikan Kante Padilevadi Panchanan Khandanan Nirodo Apaloka Dhammo. You should read Apaloka Dhamma, not Apaloka Dhamma. Apaloka Dhamma. Paloka. Not Apaloka. Paloka Dhammo. Nivananti Pasando Samatha Niyama Okamati. One who sees aggregate as a disintegrating, disintegrating. Anicca. Paloka, yes, anicca. The same meaning. Anicca, this one. Disintegrated. As a disintegrated. Attained the proper knowledge. Panchanan khandanan nirodo apaloka dhammo nivananti pasando samatha niyama okamati. One entered the law of righteousness, seeing the cessations of aggregate as a Nibbana, without it the natures of disintegrating. Apaloka. Dhamma means nature. The natures are disintegrating. Only paloka, apaloka, only this. The next one, Panchakhandi itito pasando anulomikan kante patilavati. One who sees here itito. Iti means here translate. We can translate distress or the books translate palik. A kind of this is a kind of fearfulness, danger. Palik. Play means a kind of disease spread quickly. Iti means such a one. Iti means such a one. Therefore, one who sees fire aggregate as a plague, attained the proper knowledge. Panchanan kananan nirodo anitikan nivananti pasanto samada niyama okamati. Anitika, na itika. Yeah. With a negative. One entered the law of righteousness, samada niyama okamati. Seeing the cessations of aggregate, free from plague, free from distress. No iti. Anitika. Nibbana is anitika. So, altogether, now 10 points are given. Okay? Altogether 40 points. Therefore, we should recite these. Repeat after me. Yeah, you should contemplate whether the meaning is better. You see? Recitation, meditation center. Reciting. Okay. This is from NibBaNaKaTha. 2050, I will teach you NibBaNaKaTha, some points. But the NibBaNaKaTha is so big. Even one bolus, its points are much more than NibBaNaKaTha. NibBaNaKaTha several times referred with NibBaNaKaTha. NibBaNaKaTha for vipassana is detailed, you see. Even Udayapaya, he said a lot of ways, many ways. So, I must search him for the English translation. If not, I must try to translate by myself. You see, NibBaNaKaTha. Is there any translation? PDS translation here. Oh, very good news. I must search him for this one. This is very good. Easy. PDS have.
Yes.
What is the name of the title of the book?
The past of discrimination.
Oh, discrimination. Yeah. I see. Okay. Very good news. Is it available in Malaysia or? You didn't? So maybe can obtain it. I send the news to Burmese gentlemen who stay in London. Is it maybe possible in London, England, but their societies. We can try. NibBaNaKaTha, the path of discriminations. The people dislike discrimination. Discrimination. Okay, repeat after me. Panchakhande aniccato passanto Anulomikam Kande Patilabati Panchanan Kandanam Nirodo Nechan Nivanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Dukkado Pasando Anulomikam Kande Patilabati Panchanan Kandanam Nirodo Sukhan Nivanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Rogado Pasando Anulomikam Kande Patilabati Panchanan Kandanam Nirodo Arogyam Nivanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Kandado Pasado Anulomikam Kande Patilabati Panchanan Kandanam Nirodo Akhandan Nivanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Sanlado Pasando Anulomikam Kande Patilabati Panchanan Kandanam Nirodo Visalan Nivanandi Pasalo Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakande Agado Pasando Anulomikam Kande Patilabati Panchanan Kandanam Nirodo Anago Nibbana Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Abadado Pasando Anulomikam Kande Patilabati Panchanan Kandanam Nirodo Nabaro Nivanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Parado Pasando Anulomikam Kande Patilabati Panchanan Kandanam Nirodo Aprapachayan Nivanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Palokado Pasando Anulomikam Kande Patilabati Panchanan Kandanam Nirodo Apalokadamo Nibbanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Itido Pasando Anulomikam Kande Patilabati Panchanan Kandanam Nirodo Anitikam Nibbanandi Pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi upadavato pasando Anulomikang khande patilevati Panchanang khandanang nirodo Anupadavang NibBaNandi pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi bhayato pasando Anulomikang khande patilevati Panchanang khandanang nirodo Abhayan NibBaNandi pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi upasakato pasando Anulomikang khande patilevati Panchanang khandanang nirodo Anupasakang NibBaNandi pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi chalato pasando Anulomikang khande patilevati Panchanang khandanang nirodo Achalang NibBaNandi pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi pabanguto pasando Anulomikang khande patilevati Panchanang khandanang nirodo Appabangu NibBaNandi pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi atuvato pasando Anulomikang khande patilevati Panchanang khandanang nirodo Duvan NibBaNandi pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi attanato pasando Anulomikang khande patilevati Panchanang khandanang nirodo Tanang NibBaNandi pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi alinato pasando Anulomikang khande patilevati Panchanang khandanang nirodo Lenang NibBaNandi pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi asaranato pasando Anulomikang khande patilevati Panchanang khandanang nirodo Saranang NibBaNandi pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi ritato pasando Anulomikang khande patilevati Panchanang khandanang nirodo Aritan NibBaNandi pasando Sammata niyamang okamati Panchakhandi dosato pasando Duchato Panchakandi Tuchado Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Atuchan Nivanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Ogamati Panchakandi Sunyado Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Paramasунyan Nibbana Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Anadado Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Paramatan Nibbanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Adi Navato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Anadi Nawan Nibbanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Viprinama Dhammato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Aviprinama Dhamma Nibbanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Asarakato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Saran Nibbanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Akamulato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Anakamulan Nibbanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Vatakato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Avatakan Nibbanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Vibhavato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Avibhavan Nibbanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Sasavato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Anasavan Nibbanandi Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Sankadato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Badilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Asankatan Nibbananti Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Maramisado Pasando Anulomikan Kande Padilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Niramisan Nibbananti Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Jati Tamato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Padilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Ajatan Nibbananti Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Charadamato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Padilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Acharan Nibbananti Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Vyadi Dhammato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Padilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Avyadi Nibbananti Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Maranadamato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Padilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Amadan Nibbananti Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchadame Soka Dhammato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Padilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Asokan Nibbananti Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Priveda Dhammato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Padilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Apridevan Nibbananti Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Upayasa Dhammato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Padilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Anupayasan Nibbananti Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Panchakandi Sangili Sika Dhammato Pasando Anulomikan Kande Padilevati Panchanan Kananan Nirodo Asankilitan Nibbananti Pasando Sammata Niyama Okamati Sadhu Sadhu. So altogether 40 aspects finish. 40 aspects finish. It's okay.